What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Duel video. Today we are going to be discussing the major update and some balance changes that are coming in the very near future on the 8th of August. I'm super hyped about them, and there are very few ways they could actually mess us up, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So first and foremost, guys, we got another teaser for the major update. We've got teams. So pre-register for the upcoming team match event to receive bonus items to use in the event. And then you got Venusaur, Charizard, or Blastoise. Basically, it looks like you're going to be able to choose a team, which in turn will probably give you the figure that's involved with the team and also the Mega Stone involved with the figure. So Blastoise and Mega Blastoise Stone, Charizard, Mega Charizard Stone, I don't know which one, and then Venusaur and the Mega Venusaur Stone. And all of the above are awesome, and I'm very excited about them. So fingers crossed that everything goes well, that this is a free thing that everyone can access, and that we are actually going to get a free figure and a free Mega Stone. That would be so cool and such a great way to introduce this brand new, possibly meta-defining and meta-changing kind of figure that hasn't been in the game yet. This is a huge update, guys, and I'm very excited about it if everything goes well, if everything's not over-monetized, and we're actually able to start out just with this new way of playing and sort of new figures and plates and everything. It's going to be great. So this is really cool. It's really encouraging. And just below, they announced that there's maintenance scheduled for the 8th, and I'm very hyped about it, guys. We will cover it day one. If I can, it will be out that day, if at all possible. It's very possible it'll be the next day, but you know, I'll do my best to try to make it happen the day that it comes out. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Again, if it's bad and monetized and everything, then this will probably be the end of my coverage on the game. But if it's not, if it's good, then we are going to stay covering it. We are going to put it right back on the forefront of the channel. So let's go ahead and talk about the stat balance adjustments that are scheduled for the 8th as well, because they are also somewhat encouraging and kind of cool. Now, the biggest change here, I think anyways, is the value limit for plate cost went from 6 to 8. Now, you can have 4 hurdle jumps in your deck as opposed to 3, which is kind of crazy, honestly. I feel like they're going to be making a Mega Evolution plate a standard 4-cost plate, and they decided to change it to 8 because they want to make it so you're sort of able to have a little bit more competitive viability with teams that are running a Mega Evolution. When you're putting that much resource into one figure, then it's got to be a really good figure, or it's just not going to be relevant in any meta at all. Now, making it 8 makes it so if it's a 4-cost plate or even a 6-cost plate, then it's more likely to actually be used at any point in the future. And since they do plan on adding more Mega Evolutions, it would make sense that they would want to make it a little bit less restrictive. Giratina got some balance changes that are kind of cool, but altogether will not change its standing in any meta ever, and it will not be used unless it's used in a gym when it's buffed. So we're not even gonna read any of that or just talk about any of it. Now, Rayquaza got a buff. Extreme speed went from 120 to 140. That's fantastic. Is a 140 damage yellow or gold, whatever you want to call it. Amazing, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. Break energy looks awesome on it as well, because it's definitely got utility usage, and it just farther beats down on Deoxys, which I absolutely love. I think this is basically the baseline, just best example of a 1 MP figure that can actually be relevant, and I do think we will see him used at some point in the future, which I'm really excited about. 140 damage is just ridiculous, and I'm so happy that it finally got put on something that deserves it, which is something that has a deck building restriction, which is 1 MP. Now, Latias and Latios also got some very significant buffs, and they also alluded to the fact that it's going to be receiving a very specific plate to it, which I have no idea what it would do other than remove its ability or stop its ability or something like that. So I guess we'll have to see, but basically it goes from 110 to 130 as far as Latias is concerned, 110 to 130 and 70 to 100, which is a great buff. Very happy about that. Latios goes from 120 to 140 and 70 to 100. Again, very nice changes here. 120 to 140, a very significant change, putting it above Deoxys attack form, which is extremely nice to see. Hallucination, obviously still a huge issue, but you know, if the plate actually does stop hallucination from happening, we might see some really crazy hurdle jump Latios and Latias decks. It'll be a lot of fun to see, so I'm excited for that. I'm also very happy that I decided to not fuse my Latias and Latios, so I'm going to be able to use that deck. It's going to be a lot of fun, Hopefully anyways, we'll see. Definitely excited to see what they bring with that plate, and if it's overpowered or not. I don't know if it will be at this point in time, but it definitely could be. Dredagon got changed, but I don't care about Dredagon at all, so we're not even going to bother with that. Dratini got changed. Tail Snap changed to a new attack. Freezing Tail decreased its wheel piece size, increased wheel piece size of Dragon Rage, increased wheel piece size of Push Aside, and decreased wheel piece size of Misses, which is really nice to see, making it a little bit more relevant. Freezing Tail is also not too bad. If it's knocked out, then it freezes the opponent, which is always a nice effect to have. You know, Ice Beam is a really fantastic move on Suicune, so overall I do think that Dratini is going to have more of a place, and Evo Dratini is going to be very relevant, I think, in the future at some point in time. Now, maybe not relevant in like top tier meta, but it will be relevant in some meta at some point in time. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's kind of a cool change and something they definitely did not need to do. So kudos to them. That's pretty cool. And guys, that's really going to be about it for this update. There really isn't a whole lot to talk about just yet. When the actual major update drops, then we will have a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss, and a lot to play. So I'm excited for that, and I will be making a full comprehensive video about that, obviously. But right now, we don't have a whole lot to talk about until just a couple days from now. 3 days from this point, we will be able to probably at least play the major update, which I'm pretty hyped about, I have to say. You know, it's the most hyped I've been about the game since, I guess, before Deoxys at this point. So that's pretty nice, and I'm excited to see if they can actually get through this major update without just gouging players with just monetization everywhere. So fingers crossed on that. I'm excited to see the new ranked mode, the new boards, everything like that. So hopefully you guys are as well, and hope to see you back here for the next video very, very shortly. Until then.